All right, we continue our coverage of the Super Bowl festivities, and joining us now, courtesy of USO, one of the all-time great defensive tackles, at least the last 25 years, maybe all-time.
No,
I don't know.
it's up there
the guy
for
got
sure.
it done. The guy made it happen. I know he did some things to you we're going to talk about. He's Vince Wilfork. What's up, Vince?
What's going on, guys?
I mean, Vince is the man. I mean, Vince is that kind of player. I mean, whether it was at Miami and some of the greatest high school teams ever or college teams ever, goes to New England. I mean, to play nose tackle for Bill Belichick, you got to kind of be a special human being. And he was a special human being. Like, first off, I saw the guy. They had to run a 4x100 meter race at the end of OTAs, and if they beat some time, right, they didn't have to do the last day of practice. He was the last leg, and I was like, man, this dude's got a big bowling ball belly. There's no way he's gonna take off. What's that? And he was flying down. I mean, the whole team. So just the athlete he was, the player he was, like the man. The man.
I appreciate that.
And then I worked for the Patriots, and he called me crab meat. He called me crab, and I didn't get it. He kept calling me crab, hey, crab, what's up? And I was like, what? I don't get it. And he's like, you're a bottom feeder, because I was like the lowest guy on the totem pole. And he would call me crab, hey, crab. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
It had different meanings, man. You just took that meaning. It had different meanings.
You have undergone a significant transformation since you stopped playing. What sparked the reduction in your overall size compared to your playing days?
Honestly, just my son being in baseball. You know, when I finished playing ball, I was 365 pounds. My son got into baseball, and I was the coach. So I was in Houston in that heat 4 days a week, 2-3 hours a day, drinking 2 gallons of water. And last thing I said I wanted to do when I retired was see a scale. So I never weighed in or jumped on the scale because I did it my whole career. And then one day I said, let me just see, because my clothes were starting to fit differently. So I said, let me just see, you know, how much I, weigh. And when I got on the scale, I was down 40 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, I'm like, what am I doing? And I got scared because, like I said, I didn't do anything different. I still eat what I eat, nothing different. And what I noticed was my water intake, like I said, I was doing 2 gallons a day. It was my water intake, and my portion got cut in half for my foods. And I wouldn't just eat much. I would get full so quick. And I was active 2, 3 hours a day.
And that Houston heat.
And it took me a year, man. And from the heaviest I ever was until now, it's a 100-pound swing.
Wow.
You know, I'm sitting at 275 now. But it was just that. You know, a lot of people think I did something, and like, no, it was just a life change, and I didn't even know. And then the amount of stress with working out and being fit and all that, I stopped all that stuff and just focused on playing baseball with my son, and it just came off by itself.
Yeah, man, look at that.
There you go, big boy right there.
That's 100 pounds ago.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
100 pounds ago. That's right at 365 right there.
Damn, that's an incredible.
Right Game day, that's 365.
And what's crazy is he could dunk it when he was 355 and do stuff like that.
Well, and that was what, there's plenty of big guys in the world, but there aren't many guys who were that size and incredibly freakishly athletic.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I was gifted. And God blessed me with a gift, and I had a talent. I knew that very young. And, I tell people all the time, when I grew up, I was either too big or too young, right? The age. I mean, I would miss one of them, so I had to play basketball. That was my next sport, was basketball. So I went to basketball, and I played basketball, and I used to play with smaller guys. I mean, I used to play with older guys, smaller guys, footwork. I used to do that. And so my footwork came from doing all of that stuff in track, playing around and running track and doing these things with the track team and stuff like that. I never looked at myself as a big guy. I always did what smaller guys did, and it benefited me in the end.
When he was 350, you still had a bottom part of his legs that looked like a DB, right? I'll say like Warren Sapp had the same a similar body, where you go, whoa, they're so big, their butts are big, their hands, but all of a sudden they have like sprinter calf muscles,
small ankles,
that's what these guys.
Legs,
so you're just like, wow. Now, are you aware of some of the pain you've inflicted on me in your life? Are you aware of this, right? Are you aware that my man private parts at one point were the
No.
color of the Baltimore Ravens because of you?
No, man.
You never
I
know.
thought it was the Lakers.
Well, they
I thought it was
turned to the
purple and
Lakers.
yellow.
Like it
Started
turns.
Ravens and went to
Right.
the Lakers.
You know how bruises
That's
go.
that deep bruising.
So
and
this
the
is one
yellow
of the first
comes out.
stories I ever told him on the show, and he loves it. We played you guys in 2005. You
Okay.
guys beat my ass. It was the only game in the history of my career where at the end of the game I was sore before the game ended.
Oh,
You
Lord.
hit me about Richard Seymour was sending me on barrel rolls, right? He was killing me. You hit me late in the game on my pelvic bone with your face mask, right? And I took a knee and I got up, but I was like, oh my gosh, right? I wake up the next morning, my man junk private parts were black and purple. I had such a bruise.
I'm sorry.
And
I never knew
woke
that.
up, and I was like, I looked in the mirror and I was like, what the? I thought I was like, is something wrong? Like, do I have some sort of disease or something going on down there? I mean, I was really stressed.
And you probably did. You
I
just
might
blamed
have.
it on me.
Back in those days,
you blamed
you know.
it on me. It's
Back in the
easy.
no, I was married by then. So
Okay.
But either way, but regardless, so then it ended into, it became Laker colors eventually. But I've told him that story, and they asked me when you were coming on, and I was like, I don't think I've ever told
No,
Vince that one.
this is my first time hearing that.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No, you're
I'm
not sorry.
I'm
It's
sorry,
all
but
right.
not sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You
now,
should-
back then, I
Yeah.
wasn't sorry.
Yeah.
Now I'm sorry. I'm a little softer now.
Hey, what do you think Vrabel's going to be able to do with these Patriots in the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I think we have a really good shot. I mean, I'm not saying that because, they're in the final stage. I just really like what he's done over the course of the year. They proved they gotten better each week.
Right.
The 2
Right.
games and 3 games that they dropped, it is what it is. But I think over the course of the season, this team grew. This team learned. They got better. They saw what they were good at, saw what they was bad at. And I think playoff time comes, they know exactly who they are.
Yeah, that's
right?
right.
They know exactly who they are, and they're going to attack their strengths. They're going to be better at their strengths. One thing that we do have to minimize is bad football play, the turnovers. And I think with Drake coming in on the last AFC Championship game, being able to protect the ball
that was
in
big.
that type of weather,
Right.
you could just see they put emphasis on, hey, we have to be able to protect the football when we have it.
Right.
And we did that against Denver and walked away with a W. But I think now, with everything that has been going on, I think we finally to a point this year where you put everything in the basket. You are who you are. Your team has had time to mature over the course of the season. You played some great teams in the playoffs, and you went in, did what you had to do. You have one more game to finish it off with the Seattle Seahawks, which is a tough opponent.
Yeah.
They're built the same way.
They're similar,
Yeah,
right?
they're very similar.
Right.
The head coach is defensive-minded, got a great defense. When Sam is on from the quarterback play, when he protecting the ball, they're unstoppable. Have a great running game. They're unstoppable. Skill position, they're unstoppable. So I think we're going to have to be able to find an X factor in this game, and we're going to have to be able to execute at a high level. That's just what it is. I don't think it's going to be anything other than that, and take advantage of missed opportunities. So in this type of a game, you won't have a lot of bad football play because these teams that make it this far, they're pretty sound coached football
There's
team.
a reason they're there.
It's the reason they're there.
Right,
so you're
right.
not going to have a lot of opportunities that's going to occur, but if it does, you have to be able to capitalize on them. So I'm just looking for a great football game, but I do think Mike is going to get us over the hump. I think we will walk away Super Bowl champion, and I think it's going to start another run for the New England Patriots.
I know you were along kind of the same lines as me of like, I was a big Houston Texans fan too,
Yeah.
that defense,
Yes.
right? Special,
Yes. Yep.
right? I know you made a comment like
Yep.
you thought whoever won that game was going to go to the
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
For the reasons you just explained. But with all that too, are you still like, I've said it out loud a few times, I am shocked to be like, man, Bill Belichick was just the coach there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're like, the damn Patriots are back in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
Is it not unbelievable? Do you think about it like that?
Man, honestly, I knew when Mike got hired.
Right.
I knew from the start. I'm like, listen here, Patriots are going to shock the NFL.
Right.
I knew it. Because I played with Mike. I played up under Mike. I know how Mike thinks. I know how he operates. The problems that we had with the New England Patriots before Mike came in is we just didn't hit on draft picks. We didn't hit on certain guys coming in. It just wasn't the match, right? Now Mike comes in. He have the discipline. He have the backing of coaching and understanding what it takes to be a winner. And the one thing I give Mike the most credit on being with a head coach, he's a great teacher. He's a great teacher.
Hands-on teacher.
Exactly. So when you have a team that's rebuilding, you have all this going on with a team, you need somebody that's going to come in and instill discipline, hold people accountable, and being able to teach at the same time and get the best out of your team. And I think he's done a remarkable job of that this year, and it's showing. And it all comes from him and his leadership that he put around, from the coaches to the players, Diggs and Williams, all these guys coming in that he brought in, their leadership quality is starting to show, and this team is they're riding on all of that. And I love seeing them play together as a team. That's one thing that I like seeing. They having fun. They win together as a team. They lose together as a team, but they don't point fingers. Everybody hold each other accountable, and they made it thus far. So they need one more time to put it all together, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with Belichick at all?
Yeah, I keep in contact with Bill.
Have you heard from him since he got snubbed?
No, I haven't, but, I know Bill. Bill, like, Bill don't care. Because Bill know he's a Hall of Famer. We know this. Bill don't care. When it happens, it happens, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man, he's a first ballot. He should have been there, and however they voted, whatever. But if Bill don't go in, right, or Mr. Kraft don't go in, what is the standards? And I know eventually they'll get in, but it's like, just because he's going to be a Hall of Famer, we're going to wait and get that. That's bull
stupid.
crap.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Will you pass up a first-round draft pick because he's going to be good in the NFL? I'm not going to draft him. He's going to be good. No, you do what's right.
Right.
And I think, me personally, I think it was a personal vendetta against this organization.
Right.
And it's like, enough has to be enough. So I know they're going to be Hall of Famers. When? It's up to those guys to figure out, but we know what we have in these two guys, and Bill and Mr. Kraft. Remarkable what they've done at this level, and the amount that they've won, and the organization for 2 decades to be able to do what we did. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, still to this day, I sit back and I think about it, I'm like, man, 2 decades.
That's incredible.
I mean, 2 decades. In my 13-year career, I missed the playoffs once.
Right, that's insane.
And I was 11-5 when I missed it then.
That's crazy.
So, 2008 with Matt Castle.
There you go.
Right.
So it's remarkable what we've done. But, I mean, it'll get done, but it was bull crap that they got snubbed. And I'm glad everybody is talking about it, because it needs to be talked about, and things need to be handled a little differently going forward.
Definitely.
Tell us what you got going on with USO.
You stole Grunk's job, huh, with USO?
No.
Oh, okay.
Grunk is
USA.
That's Grunk. I'm the USO guy. But yeah, every year we done 3 tours. My wife and I, we done 3 tours, and we hit 11 countries in 3 years.
Right.
And it's just remarkable just to see the smiles on these service members' face and their family faces, just to understand how much we love them, we support them, because they're the one that dedicate their life for us to sit up here and do what we're doing right today.
Right.
They don't sleep. While we sleep, we have guys 24/7 making sure we're safe. Intercepting threats, you name it. We have guys for that daily. So just to be able to give back and just to be around them, just take one day. If I could put a smile on your face for this one day, let's be in the moment.
Yeah.
But they feel lonely, So it gets lonely out there, especially when you haven't seen family. Sometimes in 3-4 years, you haven't seen family. And the closest thing that they'll see is family is us coming to see them for an hour.
Right.
So that 1 hour, just for them to smile, it means the world. And the one thing that I always take away from it is, when I get back to the States, I get emails or I get DMs from these kids' parents or a brother or a sister saying, hey, you met my son, you met my brother, you met my sister. I can't tell you how much that meant to him and us, and send pictures. So it's just a little way for us to give back. And I think as Americans, we have to do a lot more of that, because we have no idea. You guys, we can talk about it all day.
Yeah, right.
But when you in it and you seeing it with your eyes, and for yourself, it'll hit you a little different. So I think we need to do a better job of having the platforms we have to make sure they feel the connection that they still have, being in Poland, being in Romania, being in Greece, Spain, being in Sicily. No matter what, being in these areas, Jordan, Kuwait, Africa, all these places, they need to still feel the support and love that we have for them. And that's one thing that we always do is we go there on the behalf of all of us and let them know, hey, we still stand behind you guys. You might not see everybody, but we are here. And I'm telling you, America, we love you. Thank you for your dedication and support that you guys always do for us, day in and day out, your families. So we really appreciate what they do. So we just give a little time back, just making sure they're okay.
We talk from time to time about service members potentially making the ultimate sacrifice, but even beyond that, it is a huge sacrifice to be away from your family for that long, for periods of time like a year or longer. It's incredible. So it's great that you're doing work to support the folks who do keep us safe. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.